3 exercises, a lot of holding, pausing, isometric, tension building. Build muscle, build tone, get fitter, build up your muscular endurance so you can take more, so you can endure more. And there's a little bit of plyometrics in there.
So let's get moving. It's time to work the legs. And this is going to be quite an intense session today. We're going to work together. So we've got a nice wide base. Just follow along with me right now. As you squat down, the arms come up in unison. So we're a bit of coordination nice and early. Just feeling that tension through the legs. And you can really drive down through the inside of the feet and the arches. And we're transitioning. So we still got the wide base. We're just going to explore a little bit here. If we can't quite get that low to the ground, you can just stay a little bit higher. And we want to create a little bit of torso rotation. You can move the arms forward, you can move them back, you can turn. Just engage the upper back as you move. Ironing out any knots that might have built up before this session. So we want to make sure we come into the main phase nice and strong, primed. So we've got our feet together. And in this narrow stance, we're going to do a forward hanging position. So this is really nice for the lower back. Now we're going to transition to single leg. So you'll notice most of your weight is on your toes. And we're just going to alternate. Keeping your core nice and tight through the center. Now once again we get down into that deep position. You can stay high if that's right for you. And this is a variation between a squat and a downward dog. Okay, so we're thinking about driving through the toes here. And we're pressing through the toes to lift and elevate the hips. Again, a bit of pressure through the hands. Now we're getting dynamic. So this is a forward moving exercise. You need a little bit of space in front. We keep a very narrow stance. So look at the angles. Feel your foot, your front foot in particular. I really want you to be heavy and grounded through the front foot as you invest your weight into that foot. Just take your time. Doesn't have to be as fast. Just breathe into it. And we're moving on already. So you think about that hinging position through the hips. So we start off by the hips traveling back, physically traveling back. And that's your hip hinge. Arms stretch. You think about extending, lengthening. And then we use the knees. So we've got a nice relationship between the knees and the hips, driving us and grounding us. So it's a hinge pattern. It's a squat, hinge, squat. Now, if this is okay for you, you can keep the arms extended. And that just opens up the spine a bit, creates more elongation. Reach the arms overhead, and again, just find a position that feels good for you right now. You need to use the ground as a platform. Now, contralateral movement. So we've got a single leg in front. Now, everything passes through that front foot. So just find your flow here. I'll give you time. Opposite hand, opposite leg, moving in unison. We're switching it up. Again, you want to be nice and strong through the center. Okay, so abdominal muscles turned on. A lot of foot pressure on the front foot. If you need to hold on to something, then do that. Into phase 1. This is the first exercise. Opposite hand, opposite leg. We're going to drive the back leg behind. Now that front foot once again takes center stage. Hips square. That just means belly button shining, facing forward. Engages the right areas around the hips. Now feel free to use a chair if you want to take that balance element out. We get a lot out of it sometimes by slowing things down, regressing things. engage, connect to the ground. Make sure the hips are square. Again, strong core center. That's not just the abs on the front, that's the lower back, that's the glutes, that's the whole trunk. 360. Just follow me on this. Again, take your time. We're cycling in and out. We're holding for time. TUT, time under tension. This is when your muscles are forced to adapt. Okay, they have to get stronger because we demand it from them. And again, you think about isometrics, a big fancy name for static tension. This is how we get strong, stable legs. Take your time. Breathe, pause. Once again, hold on to something if that feels right. We're still on the same leg. Almost there. And we're switching the legs over. You know the sequence. Once again, take a deep breath. Do not rush the process. We're going to hit the reps regardless. If you have to come down and stop in between, that's also fine. Stay with me. We're strong and stable from the foot upwards. Now we get strength from the ground, okay? That we generate force from the floor. And it all starts with your foot. So again, single leg exercise demands so much higher up the chain. So if we've got a strong anchored foot, we're then more capable of distributing the weight and holding and stabilizing around the knee, the hip, again into the spine, and then up top. So again, if you feel it, if you feel your foot unstable, break it down, regress it, hold on to something, and your body will adapt. Your body will find a way to overcome it. You might just need more time. You might just need more practice. And today I just want you doing what you can with what you've got. We can add, we can grow, we can expand in good time. Now, if that's too easy for you, if you're on the other side, then extend the arms. Make it even harder. Force the body to engage more musculature. We're doing really well. And breathe. Our resting position. It's breaking the cycle of what we just did. We've got 2 feet on the ground. That's a blessing. So we're going to do a variation between a chair and a squat. So once again, you're going to use, very similar to our warm-up exercise. You're going to think about your knees and your hips working together here. Stay strong. Okay, take a couple of breaths. Do some free-flowing movements. A couple of seconds here. Even if you give me half of a knee bend, if you only lean forward a tiny bit, I'll take it. And we're shaking it up. Okay, round 2. Sun is just coming out. Here we go. Follow me. Breathe in, breathe out, and we move. We anchor, we stabilize. Got that torso tilted forward. The whole body is in that aeroplane position. Single leg, strong, stable. Cycle through. Opposite knee, opposite hand, back down. Can you stabilize? You want to give your body a challenge today. You want to force it to grow, to get better, to improve. It works very simple mathematics. If you put your body under a certain amount of stimulus, tension, discomfort, soreness, it will respond. It will adapt. Okay, here we go. I'm feeling it here. Again, you fall like me, just recenter, reset. I don't mind if you take 20 seconds to reset. What matters here is that you're engaged, you're connected with the movement, and you put your best effort into it. Almost there, stay with me. Hang in there. Once again, resting position. Hands can go up, hands can go back. You can cross your hands, you can put them by your side, you can put them in your pockets. I need your knees bending, I need your hips tilted, hinged a little bit. So we just need to engage the muscles. Anytime you bend your limbs, the muscles have no choice but to engage, to connect. I'm just doing a little bit of rocking through the pelvis here when I'm thinking about pulling one hip back into the socket as I drive my opposite knee forward. Now this is an option, it's not essential. You could just hold it static. Make sure you focus on your breathing. We're going straight in. This is the last round. We're going to do 3 reps per leg. Here we go. You lose your balance, maybe re-anchor by looking at one fixed point in front. This gives the brain a little bit more to work with, a little bit more stable. There's a slight bend in the front knee. This puts us into mid stance, right, where the knee is above the arch of the foot, which puts a lot of weight through the arch of the foot, which is that muscle in your foot that gives us propulsion, and it also absorbs when we take a step, the landing, and then it helps us to spring forward. So it's a really underutilized and under talked about muscle in the body. If somebody's arch isn't performing or functioning right, it can really impact other areas of the body, because then those other areas get overloaded. So another great reason to do this, because we're strengthening those weaknesses. Now, back into the rest period again. This is your last time, so embrace it. Stay nice and calm. Okay, lateral lunge, also known as a Cossack squat. Let's start off nice and high. Lean into it with a strong foot. Lean into the hip. So we want to feel the ankle knee to hip connection alignment. And we're just going to switch lanes. We're going to shift left, shift right. Get used to it. Feel it. Notice where the foot pressures are. The inside of your foot in particular is going to sense the ground. You'll feel the arch, and you're pushing, propelling from one side to the other side. Here we go. This is the more challenging option. So again, we get lower, we close the angles in your ankles and knees. We really work on those connective tissues, not just the muscle fibers. Play around with it. There's no perfect way to do this. If you feel and experience pain, that's usually a signal to pull back a little bit. Let's make it official. We're going to go in for round 1. Let's go. Move at your own pace. Take your time. Add pauses. Feel the muscles working. Well done. First round in the bag. Let's shake it off. I'm going to give you a small rest here. Take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, round 2. Let's do it. I'm going to take a deeper position here on this round. Again, you take what's going to work for you. As we lean into the side, you need to let a little bit of time unfold to feel the leg engaged. Again, starting from the foot and working our way up through the knee into the hip, and then making sure the spine doesn't get too rounded in the lower back. You don't want to cause any tension there, so if it does catch you, definitely something to readjust. It's just a signpost telling you to readjust or maybe change your body position. Round 2 done. That's how quick we can be. That's how efficient we can be. Shake it off. Moving into round 3 shortly. Have another quick rest. This is round 3. We want your legs to feel it, so do push yourself, but within reason. I want technique to be number 1 always. Posture, quality of movement over quantity. It's coming into the inside of the arch. We touched on this before. We want to sense the ground. We want to engage through the instep. Now your job is pretty simple. You have to put pressure on the inside of the foot. Finish strong. Let it cook. Let the muscles connect. Build up the tension. We get strong in a static position. Life is easier when we get dynamic. And you're done. That's it. Quick rest. We're going to work on deep breathing. We're going to breathe in through the nose. Follow me on this. In for 3, 2, 1. Out for 3, 2, 1. You've got about 10 seconds before we kick off. We're at the business end now. This is it. Final exercise. We're going to do 3 rounds. We're starting off with 5 reps per leg. Explosive power exercise off the front foot. Use the arm mechanics, pump, swing, and we're straight into it. 1. Here we go. 2. We're going to pause momentarily just to build a bit more tension. Pull the trigger. 3. 4. And 5. Switch legs. Here we go. 1. I need downward force, aggression through the bottom of the foot. The sole of your foot pressed down. Okay, round 2. Let's go. Same as again. More of the same, please. We want that front foot under an immense amount of pressure and tension. We want to use it as a catalyst to jump into the air. Let's get airborne. Here we go. 2. Stay with me. 3. Give me 1 more. And 4. Reset. Here we go. 1. We're going to go for 4 again. Opposite leg. 2. 3. Come on, let's go. And 4. Last round. This is it. Give everything you have. Any bit of energy you have, give it. 1. We're going to do 3. 2. Let's get higher. And 3. 1. Let's get higher. Come on. 2. And 3. That's how you do it. Well done. Thank you for your time today, and I'm going to see you in the next session. Take care.